Okay, sorry, I messed the last one up because I paused it and my neighbor was walking. Not a neighbor was walking by. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and redo this. So I'm on the side of my yard planting another plum tree, and I just wanted to give you guys like an overview of my orchard really quick. And by orchard, I mean I have 7 trees, 7 fruit trees, and I'm trying my best. Okay. So let me show you guys. Sorry, it keeps going down. My hand. I'm sorry. I've been digging all morning, so yeah. But this is my plum tree. I don't know what variety, but it does look like it's gonna live at least through these. And it's not the best thing that's happening, but it'll still live, I do believe. So I'm gonna leave it, and who knows, maybe something could come back off of this next year, like the main part, which would be nice. But this is my plum tree, and I told this story a second ago. Because I said look at my puny plum tree a second ago, or in the last try, and I said there was this reel on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube video or whatever. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was this woman. She had a plant and she touched it. It only had like 1 or 2 leaves on it. She touched it. She said, "This is my plant," and then she touched it and the leaf fell off. And then she was like, this is my stick. So this is my stick. It's growing, honestly. Trying to, at least. This part's dead, I do believe. But I will trim it back next year if nothing comes back at all. But hoping for the best. I really am hoping for the best. So on to our next one. I don't know what variety of plum that was. I can tell you at the end because I still have the tag on that one because I'm planting it now. But yeah, anything I don't really have the tag on it. I know what what general category it falls into, like pear, but I don't know like which one, or apple. I know that it's an apple tree. I just don't know. I have 2, and I just don't know which one's which. I'll know when the fruit comes on though. So yes, let me get into this one. This is my apple tree, one of them. This is either a Granny Smith or a Red Delicious. I have no clue which one it is because I forgot. I said I'll remember this because one's shorter than the other one, and I never remembered. So this is one of them. The other one didn't. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This one has like closed. If it will focus, this one has closed buds on it, which look like that. And even into focus, and even looking like that and that. The plum did not, or it has them on the little parts that are still alive, but this one has way more, so I know this one's gonna live. This was the last one that I got because it was the shortest one. This should be the Granny Smith then. This should be the Granny Smith. Very much so. But this is looking good. But yeah. This is my first apple tree, and I have another one over here. And these are spaced 15 feet apart. It says 20 to 25, I think, but we just didn't have the space to do that with what we had already gotten. And we really, really wanted these. So I had to space them a little bit closer, so that might just mean different pruning styles or no pruning styles at all. I don't know. But I am going to prune these still because any parts that are dead that didn't come back, I'll show you on different ones. The plum at the bottom is the worst one. But back to what we are now. This is another apple. Again, I think this is the Red Delicious. And this one has closed buds all over it. All the way up. I'm doing this so it will focus. Closed buds all along it, so I know this one's gonna come back, which is amazing. It has some green, and I don't want to show neighbor stuff, but that, some green, and then more green throughout. Not as much as I would have liked, but something is better than nothing. And I've realized that. Sorry, a neighbor was looking at me. But I have realized that some things are better than nothing. And some things aren't going to go the way that you planned out, but they're all going to work out for the best, because I am a heavy believer in God. Okay, so when I first planted these trees, they'd been in the bucket that they came in, and then I moved them to a 5-gallon bucket for the second year because we just didn't know where we were going to plant them. We thought we could do it in the backyard, and we were like, no, we don't want trees all in the backyard. So the side part of the yard actually works out the best. So I know that these trees are they're going to live, whether they live how they were before, and the plum tree at the end, it probably won't it won't get back to its full glory for a while. It's going to always be behind these other ones unless a miracle comes on, which I hope it will. So when I was digging these holes, I did the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the same time, and it was amazing, digging the holes. And then I actually planted when I was planting all of these, after I had put it in the ground, covered it with soil, I sat over the tree, I prayed, I grabbed around the taller parts, and I put my head up against it, and I prayed over each one of them for prosperity. Well, I don't think that's the word I used. I don't know. I prayed that they would be fruitful and bearing lots and lots of fruit. I prayed that they would live no matter what my failures were in that, because my failures I jumped the gun on getting them, honestly. But I prayed and prayed and prayed over each one of these trees that they would do amazing, and they're doing a lot better than they were. A couple of them, except for that plum at the end. I'm gonna keep picking on that plum, and I don't want to, but it just looks the worst. Watch it outgrow all of these. We come back next year in a update orchard video, and it's like tripled in size, and the other ones are still at the same size. That would be hilarious. I would laugh. Let me show you why we're already on the topic of this, and showing you my orchard. But I prayed over all of them because I felt like it was something I needed to do. Don't ask me why, because I don't know why. I felt the urge to do it, but I just wanted everything to be successful. But let me show you. There's that one. That's the plum. Very puny plum. Let me have that. 1, 2, 3. You can't see it because it's focused on my finger, but all the way down. You can see them right there. And then I have one up against the tree right now because that's what I'm planting. But let's keep going. We did our puny plum, Granny Smith apple. I'm just picking on it now, I'm sorry. The Red Delicious one, and the pear. And I don't know the varieties, I'm sorry. I wish I could give you more insight into this, but I don't know. This is the pear. Now this guy is doing really, really well. And let me just tell you guys what I'm planning on doing later. So all of these little shoots at the bottom, I don't want those growing there. I'm probably gonna trim up to this point or even higher. I don't know yet, but I don't want the bottom to be crowded. They started growing like this because I planted them, and then it got way hotter than it's been here forever, which I know is the case with a lot of people right now, or was the case over the summer. But I planted these, it got really hot, and I was not watering as much because I wanted them to acclimate a little bit quicker. But they started sending out side shoots at the bottom and really close, because I guess I wasn't watering enough, which was on me. I wasn't watering enough, so they started growing there, and those stalks have grown, side shoots have grown really tall. I'll probably leave the taller ones, and honestly, yeah, I'll probably honestly leave the taller ones and just let everything else go. So this is my first pair, and this one's actually doing really well. I don't see any closed up shoots on it yet. I'm looking, actually I do. So that's a closed up shoot. And I don't know what the technical term is for that, but it's preparing itself for winter. That's what I call it. But it's doing really well. But I want to have time before this video cuts off, and I don't have very much longer because storage on my phone. This is my other pear. The last one that I showed you was a pear. This is a pear too. Sorry for saying it like that. But top of this one's dead, but look at the bottom. These ones at the bottom have grown probably 6 foot easily. 5 foot easily this year. It's because that was getting more water. So I will probably actually leave that. But I'm also not so positive that the rest of it's going to come back, like all of that. But I know those are going to come back. I've already seen some closed shoots. I can't see. Closed shoot. Another one right here. Closed shoots. Those aren't the best example, and I'm sorry for that. But these guys are actually closing up nicely. So I can't complain about them. They're doing really well. Better than I thought they would do, but I prayed over them, and they'll look how they're supposed to look. I mean, everything happens for a reason, and I know this happened for a reason. Now, for the last one that I have planted, I need to get the other one planted in a minute. I haven't done anything. I don't have much longer, but this is my peach tree. This one's actually doing really well. Next year I am going to prune off the bottom part because the top is living and I see closed up shoots. Now I'm not going to close them. I'm not going to trim anything back until probably next fall, so a year from now, because I want to make sure if anything is really growing good at the top, I'll trim it back beforehand, like in the spring. But if anything else, I'll do a trim in the fall as well. But yeah, these guys at the bottom will be cut off most likely. I might leave that other one, but I don't want to. I want this main tree to grow and to be very fruitful, which I know it will be next year. I just know it. Okay. So I'm gonna tell this story really quick, and I told it on Instagram, but I was doing this and I was just in one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Jack Sparrow is running around. He's like, I got a jar of dirt, I got a jar of dirt, I got a jar of dirt. And I was like saying that the entire time, which I thought was hilarious. But this is my plum tree that I need to plant. That's the hole. I need to dig it out a little bit more. Yes, I put water in there. We haven't had a lot of water in a long time, and a lot of rain in a long time. So the ground was way different. I don't know what it was. Clay, soil, I don't know, because I'm not an expert in soil. But this is my plum tree. This one's actually doing really well. This is not the puny one. I'm happy it doesn't look like the puny one. But this is an amazing looking tree. Let me go ahead and show you guys the Plum Santa Rosa. Yes, this is the exact same one that I have over there. I don't think they need two different kinds. If they do, well, we're plum out of luck. I'm sorry. I was not trying to do that, but we're plum out of luck. That's probably where that analogy came from. Honestly, plum out of luck over here, y'all. But Santa Rosa, let me turn it around and I will show you guys the picture on it. These have gone up not significantly, probably $4 or $5, but that's still a lot to be paying. We actually had two, the other one died, but we're all good. We got this one. 6+ hours of direct sunlight, and I'll actually show you guys why I chose this area in just a second. I have 5 minutes. Water, keep moist. Again, I follow this. You use one of the other varieties below for pollination. Santa Rosa is one of them. Thank you. But we got this, and I'm not fertilizing. I do everything. I do everything organic, so I don't spray fertilizers. I don't do anything. Now, I'm not saying that I probably won't come out here and put like duck poop or something. I've heard duck poop works really well. I don't know, but I might do that in the spring and just water it in really well. That is an option. So on top of all of this, I'm going to, I don't have much longer, but I wanted to somewhat in this. So I dug it out. It's not going to be as deep as I want it, but I am going to break up the ground around it because it is super difficult to get through. But let me grab my plum tree. It's going to go right in there. And I'm going to break up the bottom a little bit more and put mushroom compost in there. But I'm going to fill all of that in with mushroom compost so it's really nice and full of everything that it needs. And then do a layer of mulch on top. Just a light layer, I don't want a lot of it. But do that, and then I'm going to add the brick layer around. And these guys, this will do amazing. I've done this a couple times. I did this once at my great grandparents' house with a red crepe myrtle, and it's living. So if you were here in my stories, I do believe that I showed that, or on stories on Instagram, I do believe I showed that. I did, because I was planting a whole bunch of stuff over there. This is my last tree in my orchard, and it's a plum, and they'll look like that. They look amazing right now, and I'm happy for it. But also, let me tell you why we chose this spot. First off, it is the only area that gets enough sun for what we needed without going too far down the hill that we have here. I don't even know if you could see it, but there is a hill. And we chose this area because you see the fence stops right here. Hate it when cars go by. I know that guy. But you see where the fence mark is from the shade? This is this is where it is almost all day long, but it only goes back to the fence. It never goes out more, which is amazing because I can plant them right here. The roots don't necessarily need the sun. They don't need the sun at all, actually. But the tops of the trees stick over above, and they get the sun all day long, which is amazing, except for my last one, the real puny plum. That one actually does not get it gets 6 hours for sure, but it does not get anything more. So it's going to be small anyways, because of that behemoth of a tree that's been here forever. But this spot is fantastic, and this tree will get sun when the sun is over there all day long. But I don't have much longer, and I need to go ahead and close. So that's my little orchard. It'll be fun to look back on this next year and see just how much everything has changed after a full year of everything being in the ground. But yeah, leave your what are you guys do you guys have an orchard? Do you guys want an orchard? What plants or what trees do you guys want in your orchard? Do you guys want fig trees, big bushes, whatever you call them? What do you guys want in your orchard? I am genuinely curious. I love all things gardening, and this is an amazing way to get involved with something and kind of sit it and leave it and then reap an amazing reward later on. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.